In the 21st century, we are decades away from the advent of synchronized sound in cinema. Why then would we revisit films created in an era of outdated technology almost a century ago? Besides their historical significance, what makes these films possess an essence of cinema lost to sound? The absence of sound creates a necessity for an alternate way in which the character speaks. Title cards are still a necessity, but they interrupt the flow of action and are best used only when necessary. Yet there is another way in which the actor speaks, and this is through the face. The human expression can communicate in what words cannot. Oftentimes, the eyes alone can say what cannot be explained through words. A silent film that depicts prime usage of this is The Dogs of New York. The main character, Bill, is a man of few words. He often communicates through his expressions. Bill is sometimes stoic, sometimes hot-headed, but when Bill is remaining stoic for the sake of his manly aura, his subtle emotions are still played through. Particularly in his romantic fondness for May, his soon-to-be wife, his feelings are palpable. The connection between May and Bill is subtle, flirtatious, and sweet, and arguably played better than most modern romances, simply because of the reservation of words. They communicate more through looks, and when words are expressed through title cards, they are carefully chosen. May chooses not to discuss her past, often because she is ashamed of it, and her hurt is communicated primarily through her willful looks. The lighting of Dogs of New York is always spot on with its highlights, perfectly heightening its characters, particularly May's, emotions. Comparatively, Charlie Chaplin's The Kid is more sparing in its depictions of characters' faces. Like May, however, it features a woman who does not speak about her past, but instead reveals her pain through her expressions. The mother of the kid, John, feels guilty for abandoning him due to having him out of wedlock, and this is plain to the audience whenever she is around children. The Kid also portrays a deep connection of the familial sort, which is that of the tramp and John. Until the moment when John is taken away, the fondness that the two share is communicated primarily through body language and action. Body language is another important feature of characterization and relationship establishment, heavily relied upon in silent film, but often lacks the tiny intimate details present in the face. As John is loaded into the back of the child services truck, the audience finally gets to see more intimately the deep bond the two share and the loss they feel at being kept apart. Filmmakers used many purely cinematic techniques in the silent era that enhanced their use of facial close-ups and expression. For example, the classic Kuleshov effect is demonstrated in an early scene of The Dogs of New York when Bill is looking at something off-screen with an undefined expression. It turns out he is looking at chalk drawings of various women which the sailors have scribbled on the boiler room walls. Bill's expression is defined by what he is looking at. Mirrors are also used in both films, such as The Kid when the tramp is looking into a window with a woman, and in The Dogs of New York many times, such as behind the table where May and Bill are sitting at the bar. In this case, the mirror gives a demonstration of what is to come, such as the fight in the background or the waitress approaching. With the reliance of sound, human expression has become less of a necessity. Words can flow freely without much consequence. Audiences do not have much time to spare for the long pauses in which a human's thoughts unravel. Silent cinema's lack of spoken words was compensated for in a thoughtful cinematic method that is now lost in time.